A very happy and cheerful morning to all my dear students. I hope you all are fine at home and taking care of your health. So, we're back with our English class. And as you remember, we had started with a new chapter, that is chapter number 10, Book, Ink and Feather. So we had started it in the last class. Let's do a quick recap before starting. So what happened? That once upon a time there was a storybook and people ignored it, neglected it. Why? Because there were no stories in it. Then what happened? Then the storybook met an ink pot. Now the ink pot also was ignored by the owner because the owner had forgotten about it. Okay, so the ink pot was also full of ink. Now both of them were talking to each other and they felt that they are very unlucky. That is the storybook and the ink pot. Then came a feather. Okay, the swan's feather. Now the feather also was left out and the feather also felt the same way, that I am also unlucky. And where we had stopped, all three of them, you can see the feather, book and ink pot. So they were sharing their incidents and stories and were feeling sad for each other. So this is what we had discussed, and now let us continue with the story.
Unlike his companions, the feather soon got tired of crying and resolved to improve the situation. Drying his tears and leaving his complaints behind, he clearly saw how the three of them, working together, could get out of their suffering.
Now, what they have said, that three of them were crying, but the feather was sensible and he got tired of crying. Okay, feather जो है वो रोते रोते थक गया. And the feather decided that we can resolve this problem. हम इस problem को solve कर सकते हैं. And that too together, यानी कि तीनों मिलके ये problem को solve कर सकते हैं. Now how will they solve the problem? Let's find out.
He convinced his friends to write a story. The storybook opened up its best pages. The ink pot didn't spill even a drop, and the feather wrote in beautiful writing. Together they managed to write a lovely story about three friends who helped each other to improve their lives.
So, what happened? The feather convinced the friends that we should write the story. Okay, so feather convinced them, and the storybook, what the storybook did? The storybook opened up its best pages. And even the ink pot, it also cooperated. उसने भी help किया अच्छे से. How? That didn't spill even a drop. Okay, एक छोटा सा drop भी spill नहीं किया. So this way, all three of them managed to write a beautiful story.
Then a young teacher passed by, head down and looking sad, wondering how he could keep his pupils' attention. He found the storybook, the ink pot and the feather. The teacher read the book and found the story very good. He picked up the storybook, ink pot and the feather and continued on his way to school. When the lesson began, he told the story to his pupils, and they were all attentive and interested.
Now finally what happened? One more character in the story, and that is a young teacher. So what they have said, a young teacher passed by, head down. So the teacher was very sad and he was looking sad, wondering how he could keep up pupils' attention. So the teacher was sad because he wanted to keep up the pupils' attention, that is the students' attention. So he was thinking what to do. he found the storybook, the ink pot and the feather. Okay, उसने क्या किया? उसे दिखा storybook, ink pot and the feather. The teacher read the book and found the story very good. So the teacher was impressed by the story. वो इस story को सुन के, इसे read करके बहुत खुश हुआ. So what he decided? He picked up the storybook, the ink pot and the feather and continued on his way to school. So he continued his way to school, that is, उसने decide किया कि अब मैं ये story अपने students को बताऊंगा. इसलिए तीनों को pick up किया. That is the storybook, ink pot and the feather. Now when the lesson began, he told the story to his pupils and they were all attentive and interested. That means the students were also interested to learn about the story, what happened in these three characters' lives. So they were also very happy.
Every night from then on, the feather, the ink pot and the storybook got together and wrote a new story for the young teacher. They felt very happy and proud, thanks to their hard work and cooperation.
So, the end is very good, isn't it? It's a happy ending. So, what happened? Every night from then on, the feather, the ink pot and the storybook got together. Okay, वो सब साथ में join किए and they wrote a new story for the young teacher. They decided to write a new story for the young teacher. They felt very happy and proud. They were very happy thanks to their hard work and cooperation. So the story is from Pedro Pablo Sacristan. Okay, now this is a good story, isn't it? We learned that we can also solve our own problems. See, all three of them were sad, all three of them were lonely and they kept on blaming their luck. उन्हें लगता था कि हमारा luck ही खराब है, इसलिए हमें कोई choose नहीं करता. No one uses us. So, one day when they changed this thought and one day when they decided to things in their hands, finally their life became happy. So we learned this lesson from book, ink and feather. Is it clear, children? Okay. So the exercise part of the story we will learn in the next class. So till that, God bless you all. Goodbye.